Welcome to the witching hour, everybody. That's what it says on the poster anyway, I don't know. Before we really get into this, let me look at this poster a little bit. Sometimes I like to see posters and really get into what the fuck it says. It says, it's Carrie meets Clueless. I guess you could describe it as that. I don't really know if that's what it is. To me, The Craft is The Craft. It's not like other movies. The Craft is an interesting movie. This is a movie that kind of is very formative to a lot of young women. I know a lot of girls that were really influenced by this movie. It's kind of a really good encapsulation of 90s outsiders, and I've seen this movie a few times. I do like it. It's honestly kind of a badass movie. Like, it even starts with the dope satanic intro witch shit going on. It's another movie, kind of like Idle Hands, that we also watched this month, that is like funnier than you expect and actually holds up pretty well for being from the 90s. So basically you have these four girls. One girl moves to town. They're in Los Angeles or whatever. I like when a movie really leans into the Los Angeles setting as a place. And this is a movie that really does that well. Like, it goes to downtown LA. And I like when LA is a character. As stupid as that sounds. But sometimes a movie's like shot in LA, but they never, like, they say it's somewhere else. And you're like, I mean, that's obviously LA. It says Los Feliz everywhere. Just, I like when a movie owns it, and this movie certainly owns it. This movie's also like kind of shocking at times. Like, at one point a homeless guy busts in with a snake, and then several scenes later gets crunched by a Bronco. Was it fucking OJ escaping? I don't know. He just got fucking crunched by it. This is another movie that does a lot of slurs, but it's kind of in context because, it's from a rude bitch that they want revenge on. And this is kind of I like this movie because it does the thing where they all get what they want and it comes at a price, and they kind of manage to navigate that really well. So it's still cliche, but not overdone. And I think that's kind of hard to do in this type of movie. What really makes it, though, is like the cast is really good. Like these four ladies, Fairuza Balk, Robin Tunney, Neve Campbell, Rachel True, as the poster says, they're all really good in their roles. And these are like memorable characters. Like they're all very unique characters. And I think someone can relate to all of them because they have, such specific wants. I think besides the fact that the characters have a pretty good character arc where they start out kind of meek and become narcissists or whatever the storyline may be, they do mention so much that the magic they're playing with is a delicate balance. And when they do throw things off balance, you can kind of see that very clearly. Now, I don't know much about magic or witches or Wiccan, but I do like when they kind of play within the restraints of some sort of magic system. That's why I like fantasy. It has like a very established magic system or lore. And honestly, I think this movie does kind of have that. Whether or not it sticks with that as it gets kind of out of control by the end, I do think that that's an important part about making a movie about magic. And like by the end of this movie, it is very shocking where they've got just fucking snakes and lizards and union maggots everywhere. I hope those union maggots were getting their breaks. I hope they were getting craft services. I hope those union maggots were working their allotted time per day. And I wouldn't say it's the most satisfying ending in the world, but it does work and everything ties together. And I do think that this is like a very strong movie, and I do get why this one is a classic, which is why I'm very concerned about the sequel, which I haven't watched yet, but I will be reviewing here. So we'll see how that compares to this one. I'm glad I rewatched it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I'm going to give this one 4 stars. I do like The Craft a lot. I think The Craft works. I think The Craft works. So if you've seen The Craft, I assume you love it. Type a comment in below. If you don't like it, I'm kind of interested in that. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Movie Epidemic.
Why don't you play us something, baby? Why don't you play us something, baby?
Start? I don't feel so good.